Our attitude is like an Instagram filter that we apply to our life. Some people have this bright and happy filter of optimism, while some are looking through a filter of negativity. Why does this happen? And what can we do about it? Welcome to the second episode of Book Club on this channel. I'm Dr. Ketki, oral and maxillofacial surgeon, and today I want to discuss this amazing book with you, Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller. Now, Jeff Keller is a very well-known motivational speaker, and for more than 20 years, he has researched on this question: why do some people succeed and others achieve disappointing results? As the title says, this book is about changing your life by changing your attitude. And Jeff has proven by giving his own example how changing his attitude helped him find his true passion in life. It's interesting to note that Jeff was a lawyer before he found out his true purpose in life. This meant that he would have to give up everything: 4 years of college, 3 years of law school, 10 years of his life as a practicing lawyer. When you have invested so much of your time and effort into one career, it's not that easy to just walk away and start something new. And I can definitely relate with this because I'm an oral and maxillofacial surgeon. I've spent 8 years learning dentistry. So when I found out my true passion as a content creator, as an entrepreneur, as a writer, as someone who is interested in personal growth and stuff, it was not that easy to walk away and start something new. But as Jeff has mentioned in this book, sometimes you have to take a stand for your own happiness. There will be people who will think that you're crazy for pursuing your passion, but sometimes in life you just have to let go of some things and take a few steps backwards in order to move forward in a new direction. So this book is divided into 3 parts. Part 1 is Success Begins in the Mind. In this we learn how our attitude shapes our destiny. In part 2 we learn about the power of our words, how positive language is vital to success. Part 3 is Heaven Helps Those Who Act. We all know that action is important, but some specific action is required for turning our dreams into reality. So stay with me as we discover what those actions are. Let's see how success begins in the mind. So our attitude is our window to the world, and we all begin with a clean mental window. You must have seen how happy kids are in general, right? When a child is learning to walk, he falls down several times. But when he falls, he doesn't complain or blame the carpet or point fingers at his mother for not giving him the right instructions. He just smiles, gets up and tries again and again. This is the perfect example of a positive mental attitude. But as the child starts to grow up, the mental window doesn't stay clean because of the dirt life throws at it, in the form of criticism from others, being laughed at, disappointments, embarrassments, hurt, rejection. So in this way, the dirt starts building up on that window. And when we don't do anything about it, we start to give up. That's why it's so important to clean that window so that we can see clearly again, so that we can see the amazing opportunities that are right in front of us. So how do we clean this window? One way is by fixing our attitude. No matter what you may be going through in life, you do have the power to choose your attitude. And this might be a bold statement to make, like you might be thinking, I'm going through a lot of suffering, how can I be positive? And to answer this question, Jeff has given the perfect example of Dr. Viktor Frankl. I'm quite sure that none of us have gone through the level of suffering that the prisoners of Nazi death camps have. His entire family was killed in the gas chambers. Every day, Dr. Frankl and other prisoners suffered from hunger, cold, and torture. Now tell me, can a person control his attitude in a situation like this? The answer is given in his book, Man's Search for Meaning. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. So if a prisoner of a death camp cannot blame his circumstances for his attitude, you and I have no right to do so. We can definitely be positive in any kind of situation or any challenge we may be going through in life. The second lesson of this book reveals the key to success, and it is just 6 words. We become what we think about. Our thoughts rule our day, but not just any thoughts. Only dominant thoughts have the power to do so. So let's say you spent 15 minutes in the morning doing meditation, affirmations, visualization. You have done all of these wonderful practices. But if for the rest of the day you are complaining, dwelling on negative memories of the past, all of the good stuff that you did in the morning is going to be a waste. A little bit of positive thinking is not enough. It has to be your dominant thought pattern. Just like if you exercise in the morning and then keep on eating junk food all day long, you're not going to lose weight. So pay attention to what your dominant thoughts are. Lesson 3 is picture your way to success. And this is not just about visualizing good things happening to us. It's also about the mental movies we keep playing in our head since childhood. And here we have the chance to change the meaning of those movies, to change the interpretation of that event. I know I still remember being humiliated by a teacher, and you might have your own experiences like that might have shaped your subconscious beliefs about yourself. And what we can do here is change the meaning of those events. So what I can do is, I can think that the teacher probably meant well. She wanted me to succeed and that's why she must have scolded me. We can also create new pictures in our mind. For example, let's talk about the number one fear people have. It's not death, it's public speaking. So you can play this movie in your mind where you're confidently speaking on a stage, you're looking good, the audience is having fun and clearly admiring you. You get a round of applause at the end. How does that feel? Great, right? So you can play this movie again and again in your head, and you will definitely start acting in ways that support that vision. Lesson 4 is about making a commitment to our goals. And commitment means that you're willing to do anything it takes to reach that goal. I believe that this kind of commitment is only possible when you have a burning desire to reach that goal, when that goal has been decided by you, when it is what you really want and not what the society wants. So you need to choose the right goals if you want to stay committed. There is no point in forcing yourself to be committed to the wrong goals. And by wrong goals, I mean that goals that are nothing but temporary desires, goals that are decided by someone else. Like for example, sometimes a friend says, if you do MBA, you will get a higher salary, and then you make it your goal. Or if you see someone earning a lot through some career, and then you decide to do the same thing. I understood this the hard way when I tried to follow my oral surgeon friends into cosmetic surgery. I even got a job as a hair transplant surgeon, but I realized that I was not enjoying it, and I thought maybe I'm just a lazy person, maybe I should put more effort, but it didn't work out. I was just getting more and more depressed. And when I started my YouTube channel 3 years back, I suddenly had so much energy and I could do it all day and not get tired. That's when I realized that I was not lazy. I just didn't have the right goals. So I would say it's better to not have any goals than to have the wrong ones, because wrong goals are a recipe for unhappiness. Lastly, there's another very important lesson in this book, and it is to associate with the right people. You must have heard the line, "Tell me who you hang out with and I'll tell you who you are." And it's so true. Who we are is very much the result of the company we keep, and not just as a generic advice. There's a very interesting research on mirror neurons. They're a type of brain cell that fire both when we perform an action and when we observe someone else performing the same action. Being around positive people can activate mirror neurons that copy their behavior and action. This mirroring process can potentially induce positive emotions and attitudes within ourselves. You must have experienced this when someone is very positive and you tend to catch on their attitude, or when you're with someone who is stressed and you start to feel their stress too. Now you can see how important it is to choose who you spend your time with. And it doesn't just apply to friends. It's the books you read, TV shows you watch, YouTube channels you watch, influencers you follow. All of them are affecting who you become as a person. That's why they are called influencers, because they influence our behavior and our decisions. So it's very important to be aware of what content you're consuming. In today's world, it's safe to say, tell me who you follow and I'll tell you who you are. So friends, I highly recommend that you read this book and apply the principles to your own life. That is the most important part. Watching YouTube videos and reading inspiring books is not enough until you apply that to your own life. So if you're enjoying book club so far, let me know which books you would like me to review next. And for the sake of the algorithm, please like, subscribe and share this channel with your friends. And I'll see you very soon. Bye.